Hi guys, how are you? Welcome back. I'm Antonis Tzanidakis, aka Sir Vagabond, and we're here on Stamperia YouTube for one more tutorial with Art Stories products. Now, I don't have anything on the table, no object, no nothing, because we're heading out. I'm gonna take you with me, and we're going to find a nice furniture. So we use the paints, the Misty Paints, and just have fun with it. So let's go out, let's find the piece we want, and then we're getting back in the studio. So we are outside of the studio today, and we are downtown in Athens in the flea market. You can see behind me, and we're trying to find a beautiful old furniture to remodel with the new Art Stories, of course. And we found something very cool. So I'm gonna flip the camera and I'm gonna show you what we found and we bought. And this is gonna be one of the upcoming videos. And I will show you what we found and we bought, of course, because this is just amazing. And we're gonna take it to the studio and just go and remodel, paint it, and make it look super wow. So look at this, guys. Look this beauty. That's beautiful. So this coming to the studio and is going to get painted. You can find very beautiful things here in the market. Very beautiful things. And we're back in the studio. I mean, it didn't take so much time to find this furniture, to tell you the truth. It was the first thing I saw in the store and I fell in love immediately. And yeah, and this guy have done already some work for us, so this is amazing. So the furniture now is in the studio. We're back. We have the products ready, Misty, maybe soft paints, our tools, waxes, and let's go and transform this baby. And we're back in the studio, guys, and we're ready. The furniture is here, amazing. To tell you the truth, you saw the clip. I didn't spend so much time at the store. I saw this outside, I fell in love immediately, and I said, okay, I'm gonna get this bad boy home, and we're going to transform it and make it look perfect. This cost 350 euro. It was kind of expensive, but amazing wood, walnut. The guys have done a lot of work already, remove all the varnish, so I thought like, okay, this is the perfect furniture to use Misty Paints. Maybe we're gonna use soft paints also. We have the waxes, tools, baby wipes. We're ready to just go and have fun with this baby here. Very happy to have it. So let's start and see you again at the end. Of course, the first thing we have to do, we have to unwrap this baby. Let's see how beautiful this furniture is. Look at this, guys. Look this beauty here. Oh my God, I have some idea for today. So we are ready to start. Now, have you seen? Oh my God, this area here just drives me crazy. Anyway, we're ready. I don't know if I'm inside the frame, but we're going to use Master Primer. No, Misty Paint Black. We're gonna start immediately with Misty Paint because the guy I got the furniture, he already took off, sanded down, and took off the old varnish. So that means it's ready. This is porous. This is pure wood. Amazing. So I don't want to go with primer because I don't want to have any white. I want to have the pure wood. See all the texture and everything. So I'm gonna start with Misty Paint Deep Black, but we're gonna do it in a different way. So we're going to get the soft brush, sponge water, the water bottle, and the plan is to not touch this one. I'm not gonna touch this area. I'm gonna touch everything else, but not this area. But what we're gonna do, let's start a little bit from down here. So I'm gonna take my soft brush, just paint a little bit, spray water, and just give a very watery just watery look everywhere. I don't want to be very solid, so that's why a lot of water. Use my sponge also and just go all around and just spread the deep black. So I don't know if you can see it in the camera, but it's kind of translucent, right? Because of the water. So this is the look I want to give. I'm gonna do the whole furniture, but I'm not gonna touch inside here. This part, yes, now it's gonna be the hard one because I have to do very carefully with the brush, but not inside here. Okay, and I have to be careful with my gloves. So let's go do that and have some fun. Careful how much, if you have something similar, you have to be careful how much paint you take. You don't want to have too much paint there, and always spray a lot of water and just take the brush, the sponge, sorry, and kind of like just go all over it, and we get a very nice look. And this is gonna be our base. Look this beauty, guys. Look how beautiful it looks like. And especially here, like when it's really watery, just give a very nice look, and you get also the wood grains and everything. Okay, this is what I'm going to do all over the furniture, but I'm not going to touch inside here. I have to keep reminding myself to not touch with my glove paints inside here. But anyway, this part, we don't do nothing. We just go all over the furniture, give a very nice coat of deep black with water, brush and sponge, of course, to blend out. As you can see, the furniture is already painted, exactly the same technique I showed you before. Here on this part, I took a small brush and watered down the deep black, and I just went and touched a little bit, so I give this color. Of course, this, as I said, we kept it with nothing. Okay, I did that all around. You can see here the legs. At the back, I just painted black, because at the back we don't have a good quality wood, and the same on the other side. Now we're gonna let it dry, and then we're back. Now off camera, of course, I let it dry, and you can see here, it looks like an ugly paint, right? Maybe in the camera, but it's not. It's just tape. That was actually the most hard part of the project. So I taped the whole thing because I just don't want the paint to go there. So now I'm going to use Misty Paint Antiquing Umber Metallic, and I'm going to do my second coat of color. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use my stencil brush, and first of all, I'm going to use the Misty Paint, the metallic umber, and I'm going to just give a nice metallic look on this part. I'm not going to go here, I'm not going to go here with the brush, just only as you can see, I take a little bit and I just rub it in. I don't want it to be just solid. I don't mind if I still can see the black, so I just go very fast and I just give this nice metallic look. Of course, that's why I put the tape here, because it's much faster and easier if you just tape, you put the effort, and just, now I touch down here, I don't want, but let's go first and do these parts. And I repeat again, doesn't matter if you see the black, just very fast. With a stencil brush, I go and add this nice sign on my furniture. Of course, it's only here. Now, on the rest of the furniture, I'm going to do the same, but I'm going to use my sponge, but my sponge right now is wet. Okay, I cleaned it from the black before. I have my water here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to touch a little bit, and then with my sponge that is wet, I go and just apply all over. Now I can touch also here if I want a little bit. This just give this nice shimmer, because the water dilutes the paint but stays the shimmer, and I just love that effect. I don't want to be too much, I just want this tiny shimmer. We're gonna cover in general. We have more layers to do, but it's so fun, so fun. This furniture is really good. So I'm gonna just, let me show you a little bit up here. It's very easy in the camera, just like that. Go, just spread evenly with my sponge. My sponge is wet, huh? Just, I say that again, because the sponge that's wet right now helps to blend nicely the paint, and especially Misty Paints that they react with water. Now what I do, I put more here and I just fade it inside. Let's go and do the same from the other side. You have to be careful. Yeah, okay, that's good. So I plant here, sponge, and then just bring this inside here. Just like that. Maybe a little bit back there, and just go. If you need more water, of course, you can always add water on your sponge, right? This is just layers. We're gonna change a lot. This is not gonna be the final color. And then we're back. I'm gonna let it dry and we're back. And now it starts the real transformation, because all this was just to give, I mean, there are many stages of the furniture. Of course, you could say, oh, I like it like this, I will keep it like this. It's a beautiful. We'll take this off, have a nice contrast, and we're done. Put some waxes on the elements, but I make this project especially for Stamperia as well, not only the video, but it's going to go to the office, and I had to ask them what color they want, and they want the greenish blue-green patina. So that was some layers, and now it's time to start really transforming this baby. I don't know how it's going to look at the end. I don't have the final picture, but I'm going to keep working. So now, what we have here is the soft paint Lagoon, deep Lagoon. Okay, so this is what I'm going to use, and the sponge. The sponge is not 100% dry, but doesn't have too much water. So basically, I'm going to put here the paint. I'm gonna take my sponge and I'm gonna go for it. I'm not gonna start thinking like, oh, okay, no, don't do it. No, we're gonna go for it, and we're gonna just start applying the color. Now let me move the camera closer so you can see what exactly I'm doing. So I think this angle here is just perfect. And with my sponge I just go, but as you can see I just have some gaps. Still I can see the color underneath. At the end of the day, that's why I did all this work. Maybe sometimes, you're not gonna see it, but we have to do it and see where we're gonna go, okay? Because this furniture cannot be just done with two colors or just soft paints and sand it down. We have to do something special, so we have to try to do a nice coloring and really have some fun. Now, the most important with the sponge, I use the big surface and I dab. You have to be very careful, dab, don't just swap. If you don't feel pain on your hand, you do something wrong. Only if you're super strong and you do gym every day. I don't. So that's why I feel pain. Now I forgot to put gloves again. That is okay. For now, I can just keep going. Now the hardest part, of course, is always to do the top, because the top is a big surface and you don't know where to start. Of course, I start from the edge, from the corner, but the other part, they're smaller. It's much easier to go and paint and imagine how it would look. So basically, this is what I do. You can see somewhere is more color, somewhere is less. You kind of like go and dab and blending the color very nice. You take from here, always dab a little bit here on the paper, and then you just go and create your design. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do all over. Let me put the camera more back. So I'm gonna do all over the down part probably, but not, I'm thinking not to do that here. I don't know, we will see. Maybe something different. But this is what I'm gonna do now. I'm gonna let it dry. This is the technique. Sponge, wet, sponge. Wet, big surface, dab, leave some gaps. You can see I have some gaps there. Now the camera focus. Anyway, let's do that, let it dry, and then I'm back. As you can see, I have done the whole furniture, same techniques as I show you. I filmed some clips also while I was doing it. Now, let me show you, like the side, for example. You can see it here. Let me see in the camera. Very beautiful. So, I'm in front of the light, but anyway, so I have done here, but I didn't touch this part. I don't know, maybe I will need to do it at the end, but I'm thinking like one color, second, and then this one, surprise at the end. So, maybe with the next step, is a little bit color will go there, but I want this to be more, oh, I just touched the color. I want this to be more of this color, when the rest is just start getting this patina look. So now I'm gonna let it dry, and then I'm back, and we're gonna go on top with the Misty Paints, again, green patina look. After the furniture is dry, now we're going to do some fun stuff with water and Misty Paints. So I have here Celadon and Tropical Ocean. So this is the two, let me show you here in the camera. This is the two Misty Paints you're going to use. Look, these beautiful colors. Gonna use very nice patina look on top of a deep lagoon, because I needed like something that's permanent. I mean, this is permanent, but when you spray water, I didn't want the dark color to react underneath. So this is dry, soft paint, deep lagoon, and now we're going with two Misty Paints. You're gonna need a craft mat, something that you can apply the paint, water, the spray bottle, sponge, and the stencil brush if we need for some difficult areas. Now, I'm gonna start with this area because I can see where all this is going. The top is the hardest part. So I'm gonna start from here. We're gonna make a lot of mess. I mean, I don't care. In my studio, I can just always clean, and at the end of the day, I'm gonna change the tiles one point. Otherwise, it's good if you put something on your floor. So, let's go and start. I have the paint here. Sponge. The sponge is slightly wet, no water coming out, but it's wet, I just clean it. And of course I'm gonna start with the blue color, and I'm gonna just go and dab again, very fast, but this time it's time to activate all this with water. We're gonna need a lot of water and a lot of paint. Water, just blend everything like this, and then again water, because we want this to just blend everywhere. And kind of wash it and spray water. Don't be afraid to spray water. As you can see, I use a lot of water, and this one, when it's going to change, when it's going to dry, is going to change, and it's going to be more translucent. So I just want to give this patina look. Now this is not, the technique is exactly what you should be doing. It depends on you now. What you see, how much color you want to put, how much water, it's just totally up to you. Okay, it's not something that I can tell you this amount of water, or now you have to dab with a stencil brush, or now it's time for the sponge. It's kind of like just you go, and if you like it, you leave it. If you don't like it, you have to add more water, more the sponge. Blend with your fingers. Like it's this thing is as you go. As you go, you decide if you like it or not. Because we're trying to get a very, very cool look and very watery look, and you have to be careful. You don't want to have. That's why I use my fingers and water again, because you don't want to have a very like patches everywhere. Right now I just use only one color. I'm not using both. Now as you can see, with the remaining of the paint I have here, I go and touch up a little bit and give this nice dots. Here, spots, like how I would call it. I'll let it drip. I'm not afraid of the dripping. It really looks cool, especially up here. And still we can see the dark color underneath. So let's dry this side. We decide that we like what we're doing, and then we keep going. Because to tell you the truth, I experiment as well. I kind of just know, I have the knowledge how the product works, and then I just keep going using the tools and the paints I show you. Now this one is going to go on top later, but now we want this bluish color. So I'm going to dry this, let it dry, and then we're back. Let me zoom also a little bit to see how cool it looks. Look at this, guys. Look at this beauty. Guys, I love it. Look at that. Look at this. Look all this texture. Look this beauty, look at that. Just dripping down, it's perfect. As I told you, it's not something that I can tell you, like you have to use only the sponge or only the stencil brush, maybe your hands, how much water. This is the techniques, this is the tools, but as you understand, you have to, this is experience, or I just look, and if I like it, I keep going. If I don't like it, I change it. This is all about. So I'm gonna do everywhere. I have this paint, the Deep Lagoon, the Home Decor. I'm going to do now with the dark color, the blue color, the tropical ocean, the whole thing. Of course, nothing here, just wherever I have Deep Lagoon. The last one, the Celadon, is gonna be later. Okay, I'm gonna do it off camera because it's very hard to move all the time the furniture. You show me how I do it. I'm going to do, and I'm back. the whole furniture now is already with Tropical Ocean. Now what I'm going to do is still wet, a lot of water, a lot of dabbing, stencil brush, everything. Now we're gonna let it dry very well, naturally, or you can use a heat tool, even though it's gonna be very hard. I didn't touch anything here, that is why not, just to protect. So I'm gonna let it dry, or use a heat tool to dry. If you see some areas that you want to touch up, you can go, but we're gonna put one more paint on top, so I kind of like feel comfortable that now I see something here, I have to fix it, but I feel comfortable that it's going to look very well. Okay, so that's all for now. We let it dry. As you can see, my eyes see some details, and yeah, and then we're going to do the same with Celadon Misty Paint, the light green, to give this final patina look. So let's dry and we're back. After everything is dry, oh, I just found a spot that's not dry. So the whole thing is dry very well. Now it's time for Celadon, but this time I'm thinking not to add so much. I mean, I just want, I like the blue color, I don't want to go and become very light green. So the process is the same. I'm gonna take my paint from here. Now with my small brush, I'm gonna first go and start adding some paint around the edges, and I think this is where I'm going to stop. I'm not going to add so much of it all over. I'm gonna just blend a little bit with my sponge, of course, just to give this nice light green color, but mostly around the edges. You see, I add again, of course, water, a lot of water always, using my sponge that is already clean, but not dry, still wet. And this time, again, I have a piece of paper removing any dripping I don't like. I'm gonna keep some, but I want to have a little bit, not too much. Just like that, spray water again, spread a little bit with your brush, with your sponge, sorry. Water, and just let it drip, and always adding more. It's just a process like before, it's the same thing, it just depends what exactly you like, how much you want. Me, I just go with my eye. I mean, I see it, if I like it, I keep going. If I don't like it, I just remove or I add more, depends. Okay, so this is the process. Always water, let it drip, use your sponge to just blend it and make it look nice. If something you don't like, you just remove before you start drying with a paper towel. So this is my goal, just to add a little bit more color, especially under here. Okay, I'm not gonna add too much, I'm not gonna go like with a blue like I did before, but I still want to have some of this beautiful color here, and of course I go and dab with my sponge wherever I feel that I want more. Okay, this is the process. Of course, I have to add just there. I mean, you have to control also how much water you put. It's again what I said before. It's not like now you use the sponge, now you use the brush, or now you use water. It's totally like whatever you feel that, okay, I need more of this or more of that. It's 100% is how you see it, I mean, with your eye. you can see now in the camera. Let me go off the light so you can see how nice, especially down there, start dripping. And basically I'm gonna just keep adding until I like what I see. As you can see, now I use the stencil brush. I'm gonna spray, it comes down. I'm gonna use my sponge and remove or apply in other areas. I mean, basically, this is it. Just play with your tools, and of course, water. Water is very important. Now, how much water? That's something that you have to figure out. It depends exactly what you like. Let me see. If you are in camera, especially here, that's a very beautiful area to do, because you have all this nice, just like that. It's all about adding and spraying. Spray, it's up to you how much you want to spray. Okay, you have to be careful. If you spray too much, you remove everything. If you spray a little bit, you just get these nice drips. It's just using your imagination and just get the result you want. So I'm gonna do that all over and then I'm back. And after this step, now we have to let it dry very well. And let's go, we have two more steps. The final coat and do some waxes. So let it dry and I'm back. After everything is dry, we have two more steps to finalize the beauty. I don't know if you can see it in the camera very well, but here looks amazing. Now, what we're going to do, of course, one of the three steps is to take off this and show you what we're gonna do. And the next step, I want to give some darkness inside these gaps here. Maybe this one, I don't know this one, but for sure inside there, just only inside the gaps. So for that, I'm going to use vintage antiquing paste. This is not from Art Stories, but is one of my products with Stamperia. We have used that a lot. If you have watching and you have been in my classes, you know about this. That was revolutionary. I started using it in mixed media projects long time ago, before even being Stamperia, and then we make it a product, very beautiful. But we're not gonna go all over, right? Look this gap here, this part here. So you take with your stencil brush, just a little bit, and then you go and rub it inside there, and immediately with a baby wipe, you go and wipe off, but you have to be careful, don't put so much pressure, just, and we just create this shadow. You can see it? Yeah, you can see it there, right? So this is what we're going to do, because we're trying to create a very not rusty, but vintage and old furniture. So, I mean, it was old, but we just make it looks good and old. So we have to put some darkness inside there. Okay, this is necessary. So I'm gonna do that only inside the gaps, and then we're back for the final steps. You can see now here and here, you can see that makes sense, right? Has a nice shadow. Now this one, we're not gonna touch it, we're gonna put some waxes, but I think the rest of it is just beauty. Yeah, we're gonna do some close-ups later, and I'm gonna show you the result. And now we're almost done, but we have to touch up a little bit with wax patina. This is the Titan Silver. Sorry, this have been used a lot. And basically what you're going to do, you're going to push a little bit, take with your brush, soft brush, smaller brush right now, of course, and you are going to clean on a piece of paper. And now let me show you what you're going to do. We're talking about only these parts, but now you have to be very, very lightly. Let me go from the other side. I think from the other side you will be able to see, and I will be able to see. So I'm taking my wax, and now I go and touch up only this part, only the texture here, no up here. You have to be very careful, very lightly, just a little bit. This is the magic. You don't want to make it like all silver. I don't know if you can see it in the camera. Yeah, you can see. You look this beauty. So this is what I'm gonna do, and then I'm back, and we're almost finished. Now, very carefully, you can see that I'm going to touch up a little bit also with wax. Brings everything together, just these parts, but you have to be very, very careful. You don't want to go outside. Look, just the top. Very lightly, don't go outside. Be careful, and you don't want to add a lot of wax. Let me see how it looks on the camera. I think it looks very good. Let me show you also the central part. Look at that. That's a beauty. But you have to be very, 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 very careful. You don't want to go outside on the main, like on the part here. You just want to touch very lightly to give this nice light. It's not, don't go and make it all silver. Not that it would be bad, I mean, would be even good if that was silver, but it's a very difficult area to apply and have the perfect result. So this dry brushing, I feel, just makes it perfect. Let me add a little bit more silver here. Look the legs. I feel now I feel we need more silver here. Yeah, just like that. That's beauty. So, let me finish this and then we're back for the final reveal. And now, after we put the silver, we apply here the wax. Now it's time to start taking off this part. And I don't know if you already understand, but this part is going to stay like this. Look at this, guys. Look this beauty. Look at this. I'm gonna take the other tapes. Oh my God, the contrast. Beautiful. I don't know, guys, when I saw this furniture, this is such a beautiful pattern, and I didn't want to destroy it. I felt like we can keep some of the originality of the furniture. So, what do you think? That's the final. And this is the final result, guys. I don't have words. Beautiful, came out amazing. We have a beautiful texture. You will see the close-up, so you will see all the texture, beautiful, and of course the idea that keep this wood original, just make amazing contrast. This furniture, this type of furniture doesn't need stencils, doesn't need molds. The only thing you have to do, just paint it, let the paint speak, and of course the furniture speak on its own. I mean, it's just a very good piece. Now, that was it. I'm Tzanidakis, aka Sir Vagabond, Stamperia, YouTube, art stories, amazing products, one more tutorial. Don't forget, subscribe and click the notification bell so you don't miss any upcoming tutorial. So, that was it. Bye bye, guys. See you on the next one.